fellow warriors and spoonies out there. It's Brittany again. I'm back. It's been a little while since I've posted. I've had a rough week or so. So it kind of inspired me to do this next video. Um, I well, first I would like to point out my new shirt that says "Donut Worry." But it's a good message. Life is tough. Try not to worry about things. I know, easier said than done, right? And also, donuts happen to be one of my, I think, favorite foods in the entire world. And my friends ask them. I've struggled a lot with no appetite, but usually, even without an appetite, I can usually at least get down a donut. Um, and I make actually pretty good vegan donuts, so I would like to talk about, oh yeah, and I finally got a camera stand, so at least it's not as shaky today. Next step is hopefully to get some sort of light, to have better light. That is coming from Amazon in the mail currently. Yeah, I'd like to talk about maintaining a job while being chronically ill. Man, it's tough. I think it's tough for everyone anyway. So there's a lot of us out there who struggle with working full time. Some of us work full time, work part time, are out of work, maybe temporarily, or out of work permanently. So whichever those you're in, stay strong. If you're out of work, managing your health, use that time. Self care. You're doing what you need. Working part time, awesome. Full time, that's like two jobs. Because I must say, managing your health, I really think is a full-time job in itself. I just calculated the amount of specialists I have, and I'm only at 10. That's not including my therapist that I see on a somewhat regular basis. That doesn't include a dermatologist, which I should get and should get soon. But other than that, that's how many specialists I see. So I'm at the doctor's quite a lot. At least average about once a week. Some weeks it's twice. Sometimes it's three if something happens. Sometimes it's none. But I average at least about one or two a week. So that's a full-time job in itself. So yeah, I struggle a lot. And a lot of us struggle with calling out and, when you're sick, and guilt. I'm biggest culprit of that. Guilt eats you alive, eats me alive. Talked about it a lot with my therapist. I gotta get better with that. So, yeah, a little bit about what happened to me in the last week or so. Last video I posted, I was in a little bit of a flare. Thankfully, that's clearing up a little bit now. But on top of that, which apparently is common with Behçet's and a lot of other kind of forms of IBDs, I ended up with like an abscess. So it was really hard to sit down without pain. I was getting through a couple days at work, never taking a seat. And last Friday, I actually, props to me, when I started to feel something on Thursday, I got an appointment with my doctor right away. And usually I'm not one to get to a doctor right away if I have to work. I usually wait until there's an appointment in the morning where I can go without missing work. But this is something that can only get bigger. So right away I kind of went to my supervisor and said, can we work around this? I really need to get in. And was able to work a schedule around to get to the doctor, thank God. But there were some things missed, and things ended up getting worse over the weekend. So terrible. I ended up getting an infection. Made it to work on Monday, but by Monday evening I started getting really bad hot flashes, feverish chills. My oxygen started dropping, so I ended up at the emergency room and needed to get emergency procedure to get the abscess drained. So infection didn't spread further, which it could have. So any of you feeling, do I go to the ER or do I not? I've been there. I've been the one going to the ER and then feeling like an idiot after, being like, well, I don't know if that was really an emergency. But it's better to be safe than sorry, because that infection could have spread elsewhere, and I could have been even worse or could have died. So by Monday night, I ended up having to leave work early to get to the ER. Um, and then by the time Tuesday came around, I was sore. It was still draining. I ended up not going to work that day. I was put on extremely high doses of oral antibiotics, which destroy your gut. So I'm also someone who struggles with nausea anyway. It was pretty much vomiting around the clock. I had made it to work on Wednesday, and boy, was that a mistake. Was in and out of the bathroom between patients, almost vomited on one once. Did not, thank God. In and out of the bathroom. I must say I had multiple mini breakdowns in the bathroom, crying. All I wanted to do was leave. But I was like, Brittany, you're here. You're going to get through it. Collect yourself, put it together, go do it. By the end of that day, I really don't know how I did it. And so I'd already missed part of work Monday, missed work Tuesday, and my mind is like, I can't miss another day. I can't do it. I can't. Because I'm someone that if I can, I want to go to work. And I have a set schedule of that day for people I need to see. So if I call out, that literally means those patients are canceled for the day. Everyone had an appointment, just canceled. And I don't want to let them down. Like, who does? So by the time Wednesday night rolled around, still vomiting all night, I knew for a fact I wasn't going to be able to get in Thursday, but I didn't want to call out. So I did what I needed to do. I texted a friend that I knew would talk some sense into me, and I texted him, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm vomiting. I can't function. I'm crawling to the bathroom, but I need to get into work tomorrow. I can't call out, but I can't do it. Because we all have fear, how many call outs before, your job's at risk or something like that, or they don't like your work, like, oh, that girl always calls out sick, she's not the best worker or something, or, do we really need her? Can we get rid of her? That's like my irrational brain thinking, oh, I call out sick, I'm going to get fired, which isn't a thing. But the fear is that it might head in that direction. And, there was a time when my last job, I worked myself to the ground where my doctor had to pull me from work and did not allow me to work. So I don't want that to happen again. So I texted him, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I physically cannot get to work, but I need to get to work. And, I don't want to risk the job that I have. And he texts me back and he says, Brittany, you're right. Any job can replace you, but you cannot replace you. And that really stuck with me. So anyone out there struggling with guilt and not being able to get into work, you can't get to work if you're dead. If you die, you can't get to work. They won't have your work. But also you're a human being, so you are first. Yeah, could you lose a job? Yes. But a job's not going to be useful if you're not around. So always take care of yourself first. I definitely feel like I was happiest when I worked part-time. I was able to get stuff done, get the grocery shopping, the cleaning, getting to work a couple times a week, seeing friends, because it's also very important. But unfortunately, a lot of us, we got bills to pay, so I have to work full-time. And I feel like lately my social life has gone down because of it. I work every day, and I get home, get ready to go to bed, make some dinner. Weekends, I grocery shop, also rest. So then by the time that happens, I'm like, ooh, I haven't seen any of my friends. So that can be tough. So anyone out there who's still struggling, with being able to work, or maybe you're out of work right now, self-care important. That was me. If that's your goal, to get back to work, great, keep heading in that direction. But you have to take care of yourself first, or you'll run yourself to the ground. Like, I'm doing a zillion times better this week. I mean, I finished my antibiotic, so that's not making me vomit anymore, thank God. But, I wonder if I pushed it all last week and went every day last week, would be sick right now and in a worse flare right now? Maybe. And then I wouldn't be able to work this week. So definitely take the rest you need. Because your health really is number one, and comfort. So but thankfully I have good support and came in handy. Like I said, I like comfortable things and stuffed animals. Here's one of my actually new ones. It's my avocado. Got him the other week because of course I like food too, so who doesn't? So yeah, um, all of you struggling out there, keep it up, keep fighting. Those of you who are working and working full time, like, you kick ass, like, keep going. Um, and always listen to your body. Self-care is number one. Okay? You guys, always, as always, stay awesome. You guys are all badass.